Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. I have a channeled message for the collective today. Thank you for joining me. Please keep in mind that all these messages will not resonate for everyone. Please don't try to make it fit, but take what does correlate with what you have going on and leave the rest. Keep in mind these are timeless readings, and these energies may be um, interchangeable from male to female. Again, don't try to make it fit if it doesn't. Thank you for joining me. So I prayed and I cleared my space in my mind and I shuffled all my decks that I possibly may use, and I was drawn to pull a couple of oracle cards rather from my oracle deck. I have a yin yang oracle deck, and these two cards popped out together. I have past lack suffering was the first card, and with it was attraction, Mars, and hot. So as I sat here and I thought about these energies here, I got the sense that whoever this message is for, that you are a very beautiful person. You have an allure, very attractive, very attractive. Probably, maybe even more than you would probably even care to be, maybe, or maybe you even see or know. You get a lot of attention, but you draw a lot of attention maybe from the wrong type of people, superficial people that may leave you feeling abandoned in a place of lack and suffering, and that's a tough place to be in. But just know that you're not lacking anything. You have been dealt a hand. Maybe your insides don't match the way you feel about yourself on the outside, but you do have a certain heat and an attraction that will bring in all types of attention, good and bad. So keep that in mind as I get into this reading. Let's go ahead and jump in and see what the universe has for a message. Thank you again for joining me, collective, and thank you, Archangel Michael, for protecting me and clearing the space. Holy Spirit, thank you for being here. Protect my mind. Any negative energies, please return to sender. Serapis Bay, keep the message light and receivable. Saint Germain, please transmute any negative energies into positive, uplifting, receptive energies and light. Thank you. Queen of Pentacles. The Hermit. Interesting. Six of Swords. Interesting. So the first card to come out is the Queen of Pentacles. It's a great card. This is the energy of a feminine energy of a woman, or man or woman, that somebody that is a responsible, practical, abundant energy, someone that has plans, someone that has organization, someone that is aware of all the minutia, that sees things in a cumulative way. All things add together for the greater of the whole, from the lowest person, in quotation marks lowest, to the CEO of a company. All these things play together for the benefit of the entire organization. So this is a very mindful and practical, abundant feminine energy. Then you have the Hermit. I've been getting this card a lot pretty much pretty much all my life. Anytime I draw, and the Hermit is a very powerful energy of separating oneself, feeling set apart, introspective, healing. Someone that is feels different from other people, but has a very intuitive and deep connection to the higher dimensions, not just this 3D physical plane. They may seem very alien-esque, or they may feel very alien at times because people may not understand them. So they choose to kind of, spend more time alone. And this can lead to feeling, you know, isolated, or, feeling like you're longing for connection to people that may understand you, someone that can go deeper into deeper realms with you. But this is a very powerful, insightful, wise, balanced person, that's done a lot of work because they've had to do it, what they think is on their own, but the secret is that we're all connected. Everything is connected, and this kind of person is even more so connected. So they're never alone. But in the 3D, they often feel alone. Then you have these Six of Swords came out. So to me, this tells me that there has been some rough patches, some hard times, some trying times, some tribulations, but this is an energy of, not letting it overtake you and moving on. You're going to take it and roll with it to better times, better places, smoother sailing, and this is the right thing to do, because staying in conflict or dwelling on, whatever didn't go your way, it's not going to really do you any good. So, good. So if this energy is you, the person I'm reading for, that you may be a boss of some sort, maybe running some kind of organization, you are the spearhead of, an endeavor that, is abundant and lucrative. It may have people under you that everybody looks to you and respects you and looks up to you and think you have it all together. But, maybe you are, you don't have a person that's a counterpart per se. Maybe your company doesn't have a vice president. You're just the CEO of the whole company. You can look at it like that. Maybe in your personal and love life, you don't have anybody to come home to. You feel like, may want somebody to be a partner to you. But this is, this is a temporary thing. I feel like you realize this is a temporary type of energy. Let's get some more cards. Tell me about attraction, hot. Attraction, hot, spirit. Attraction and hot, spirit. Five of Wands. Seven of Pentacles. And the Ace of Swords. Okay. So yeah, there's been some conflicts. There's been some conflicts of some sort going on, because you get, when I clarified attraction, Mars, hot. Mars is the god of war. I know this planet does govern the way you deal with conflict and confrontation, and in that arena, there's really nobody topping you. And that, as far as battle, and you have an intensity about you when you're passionate about something, or even just maybe just pitching something to want, make somebody, buy into what you believe. That's how you maybe got your company off the ground. Maybe that's how you inspire people too, is that your passion is very hot, and people follow in behind you, and that makes you very attractive. And yeah, you're hot. That's the heat. That's the hot right there. So this applies to conflict as well. I'm certain of that. So maybe you're no stranger to it. Maybe you even welcome it in a way. Your weapon of choice seems to be the truth. With the Ace of Swords, that is a great way to win. I mean, can't really can't really shut that down too much. There's truth, and then you have the Seven of Pentacles. So this is an investment that you have put into. You have invested a lot of this heat and this fire. You have fought at every turn. Strong. It's very strong energy. It's very strong. It feels very confident too, and that is an attractive thing. Very confident energy to be able to know that these fights that will come, that, but you got the truth on your side, and as long as you walk in that, there's really not anything that you're afraid of. Okay, let's get a little bit more clarity on past lack and suffering. Past lack and suffering. Past lack and suffering. Tell me about past lack and suffering. Past lack and suffering. Five of Cups in reverse. Four of Pentacles. Queen of Swords. Yeah, this makes sense too. So, so what I said earlier about attraction and maybe someone had left you in lack. I don't think I changed that. I see that is not what this is. This is more of a lack as far as just balance. I think, not necessarily think. I kind of actually feel like you may be intimidating to people that find you attractive. So maybe that's why you haven't, or maybe that's why you feel you haven't found anybody. You have the Five of Chalices in reverse, the Five of Cups in reverse. I know it talks about kind of a regretful kind of energy when it's upright, and maybe a missed opportunity. I kind of feel like in the reverse, it's still a glass half empty, half full scenario, no matter which way you turn it. So you still feel like a missed opportunity, but it's more like in this regard, it's more like, oh well, like meh, like whatever. Like it's like you kind of resign to the fact that you're not going to get it, versus upright where you'd be like, okay, I'm like, oh no, I missed out on it. It's kind of like, either way, it's kind of like a want. It's definitely like a want type of energy, but this way, it's kind of like you almost kind of like, you already accepted it, so it's kind of manifests itself because you expect that you're going to be disappointed. Four of Pentacles is like, yeah, you work, and this is like the sense of your pride and your joy and your security, and that's all you really focus on. And while security and financial stability is a good thing, focusing too much on work and just that's it will get you in a sense of or an energy of, what's the word I'm looking for, it gives me a very like a Scrooge McDuck almost, but not like greedy like that. It's just like, this is something you can trust above all else. You know what I'm saying? It's the material and the work that you put in, and you take pride in it, and that's not a bad thing. But you resigned. You resigned to the opportunities that you're not going to get, but maybe you're just so focused on this too. You're not very open. You're clutching. See, this man in this picture has his arms wrapped around this pentacle. There's one on his head that he's balancing perfectly still, and he has two under his feet, like stepping on them so nobody can get them. So it's like you don't have any, you can't turn your head to look, you can't hold out your hand for somebody else's hand to grab, and you can't walk towards anybody either because all the energy and focus is on money. And then you have the Queen of Swords. And this is what I was talking about, that intimidating kind of energy. Like the Queen of Swords is, nothing gets past her. Nothing gets past the Queen of Swords. Like she's well aware of all the information and everything that comes into her, sphere of influence. She is respected and feared. I feel like above all the other queens, I feel like they're all respected, but I think she's respected and feared. So I think that, yeah, you may come off a little bit intimidating to some people. And, hey, ultimately, I mean, I don't think that's the worst thing, but if you feel like you're lacking something, which is what the cards were clarifying, um, that you don't show it maybe, but you know you're feeling a little bit, you're missing something. Like you have everything else, but that one person that matches you, that's not intimidated by you, that's strong enough to stand beside you. So interesting. Let's get a little bit more, shall we? Let's okay. Get a little bit more. Queen of Wands in reverse. This isn't clarifying. I'm trying to, figure out what your mindset is, or why you think that you're intimidating people, or if you really are, which I feel like you are. And this kind of confirms it even further, that on top of, it's not just you being intimidating because you are a boss and powerful and smart and aware of everything, and it's not just that's intimidating to people. It might be that you are a little bit insecure, and those things shine through, or like jealous, or you know some of your negative qualities may come out once you start to get to know somebody. Maybe let's get a few more cards before I go too far into that. Or maybe this is the other energies you come across when you're in a relationship, or you start to get in a relationship. People become insecure or jealous, or some of those negative qualities. Yeah, Eight of Wands. In reverse, this Eight of Wands. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you got the Queen of Wands in reverse. You got the Eight of Wands in reverse. Yeah. And you got the King of Cups. This is the type of person that may be in your energy coming towards you, or that you manifesting. This is something that you want. This is something that you need. Is that a counterpart, a masculine energy that is patient and secure and emotionally intelligent, and not very insecure about the power and the maybe the status and money that you have, because I feel like that's the energy that you get. I feel like this energy you attract, because you're very attractive, you're very hot, you're very powerful. That brings the people that's attracted to you in, but it's the same thing that pushes people away, or that makes people act out of character, or brings out their worst qualities once they're in proximity with you, is that they become insecure and jealous, they just start acting crazy, and I can totally feel that energy too, and I get that, especially if you're a female boss, and some men get intimidated by that. And then this, you just kind of get frustrated after. The Eight of Wands in reverse talks about delays, frustration. You don't want to even talk about it. There's really nothing to discuss. You've seen it all. You've seen this before. You already kind of know how this goes. Like with that Five of Cups in the reversed energy, and then this is what would kind of like balance it out for you, I think, and I think that you know that from you probably went through the whole the whole spectrum of suitors, and that's the only one maybe you haven't found is like that kind of man that's or woman if you're going through genders don't really matter. Tarot. Oh, okay. Yeah. Got the Six of Swords again. Yeah. So I mean, you take it in stride. Like you're just like, okay, cool. You're like kind of like I guess whatever. It's very much like a whatever type of energy, a little bit. On to the next. But then you get the Five of Pentacles. Okay, hold on. Queen of Swords again. Okay. Oh. Why the Five of Pentacles? Why the Five of Pentacles? Oh. Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands in reverse. Defensive? Yeah, it's a defensive. I don't know. I can't say that it's you doing this to people that come into contact with you, or is this their own insecurities doing it? But they may feel like they don't measure up, or they feel like a brokey. You know what I'm saying? You got people feeling like they broke, or they don't really have anything to offer you because you have it all already. And that's not your fault per se, but it could be just something that you come up against a lot of times. But but it doesn't seem like you try to try to assure them that that's not the case, though. It's kind of like the Seven of Wands in reverse. I know upright is more like a defensive kind of posture, but in the upright it's kind of like almost like a surrender. Like you just go ahead and let them think that. You go ahead and let them think that, because if it's like it's just too much work to deal with to try to maybe convince somebody that they have value if they don't see it themselves. And again, Queen of Swords came out, so yeah, you maybe you just say it just like that, or yeah, you don't go easy on these people. I don't think that that you come into contact with, and you shouldn't, because you're not going to actually find the person that's going to match you if you do take it easy. That's also something that I'm getting to. It's going to take a specific type of person that is in touch with their higher self, that is secure, not necessarily financially, but that might be also very beneficial, but especially secure in themselves emotionally, and has a good sense of self, that won't crack and break in your presence just from you being you, because you are very powerful. You're very powerful. You're very in control, and you're not looking to have a son. You don't want to coddle. You don't want somebody that you have to coddle. That's the energy I'm getting here. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, if you are feeling like this, if you feel like this message has resonated with you, please give me a like, and share your thoughts in the comment section below. I do appreciate you joining me here on my channel. I am getting my feet wet in this intuitive game. So thank you. You can call me Al for Alchemical Arcana, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you, Collective.